Hey guys, welcome to Big Sister. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Oh man, I got a fever and everything yesterday, guys. It was just a little over 100, but still. So I had to really get in there and juice it up. You know, I believe in feeding and drowning a cold. And so, like, I just got one of those big size Tropicana orange juice, and like what I do, I put mine in a freezer, not the gallon, the other one. I never looked at the measurement, but anyway, you can pretty much like drink that by yourself. I put it in the freezer for like maybe an hour-ish, hour or so, just enough for it to start freezing up a little bit, but not too much and slushy. And then I put it in the refrigerator, and I just drink, like chug. And then I got some stuff for my fever and everything and just like slept it out. So I actually woke up today feeling better than how I felt yesterday. I'm still a little bit but being that I was chugging so much of that orange juice yesterday, I went out to buy some more. I'm gonna do the same, and I think that I should really be okay, like normal to myself by tomorrow. Even though I was able to get things done today, I'm moving very slowly. And I'm sure you can hear how my voice sounds as well. So listen, those of us who are creators, those of you that plan to be creators, you cannot have a thin skin and have a YouTube channel, all right? Especially if it's things where you're talking about different topics where people are going to have differences in opinion. You will hope, it's kind of weird because people will click on topics and channels that they may not agree with simply to argue. You're going to know the difference between your trolls, and you will find out there will be people, you'll know the regulars that just get on there to argue and to cause problems. And I understand that you don't entertain people like that because they need fuel. People like that just want to argue. Like, they probably don't even believe half the stuff they're saying, but if they can get a nice little argument, they love that. And I don't know if you ever noticed that with people, like people that they live for chaos, they love a good argument. So those types, you just starve them out. You just don't give them any type of attention. And in those cases, sometimes you do have to block these individuals, because sometimes not only are they on the channel acting silly with you, but they're also they get on and try to start arguments with other viewers. So on my channel, I do make sure that is not going on. But if someone has a difference in opinion and it's not the same as mine, provided that it's given respectfully, we have to be open to that. People can give opinions and it can be with disrespect and rude, and that's not going to make it, simply because I'm not going to entertain that conversation. There has to be a level of maturity where individuals can say what they feel and in a mature way, without the sarcastic comments followed by an emoji and all the silliness, you know? So things like that, I believe in keeping a nice atmosphere where people feel like they can come and talk and share if they want to, and they're not going to be attacked. So this is a channel that's not going to happen. But at the same time, provided that someone's just really giving an opinion and it may not be the same as mine, I am not going to shut the person down and block them or tell them, don't tell me anything. And it all boils down to this one YouTube channel that I see. I watched it. I'm not going to give the name of it, but it is this lady, and she gives really good advice. I got really interested in her topics and things of that nature. I haven't experienced the things that she's experienced, at least not to the degree that she has, because most of her videos are centered around like she talks a lot about her abusive ex-husband. And she's beautiful, you know, and she's funny and everything. I really enjoy listening to her. But over time, I realized that she never wants people to give feedback unless, I guess, it's what she wants to hear. That's just my take on it. And I've heard her say it enough times to kind of be able to say this. So if it's something that she doesn't like, if it's something, I'm sorry, we almost had a standoff at the drive-thru. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So what I noticed, like, she has really good content. I really enjoy it. Like, I literally can sit there and just watch her. And this is how I picked up on this, because when I look at my history, I see like her videos, I'm just watching them, and they're so good. And I believe she gets really great advice to women, you know, of all ages. But I noticed that I guess she doesn't want, even with people give an opinion, right? And I understand that sometimes you do have to just check some people, but people may just say something that's different from what she's saying. You know, they think something differently. And she blocks them. She's like, and if you this and that, and you did that, and you say this, you're getting blocked. And if you this, you're getting blocked. And it's like, why? I understand if it's rude. I understand if it's disrespectful. I get those type of things. I'm the same way. Especially if they're attacking other commenters, other viewers, I'm not going to have it. Because this is not, you know, this is not the channel for that. People need to learn how to say please, thank you, excuse me, and express themselves without expletives, you know? But I noticed that the things that she's saying that the person is saying to her, it's just a disagreement. They don't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people can take things wrong. You know how people do. You say something, be like, so you're saying... It could be like completely opposite of what you said. But I think that's what comes with the territory, you know? When you may explain it, and you're going to know that person is either going to get it or they're going to try to keep going. And then that's when you know this person just simply wants to argue. But it just seems like she is not open to any disagreements. Okay? And then, and she's like threatening to block them. And then I also saw another thing. I've seen a couple videos when she's like, she doesn't like people to, if she says something, let's say, for example, she gives something about something that happened in her life. And she's like, and, you know, I don't want any of you guys to say to me, oh, I went through that too, and I experienced that as well. Or, you know, this is what I did. Or if she's sick and she's like, oh, I don't want anyone to give me advice. I don't like people telling me what to do. And I'm like, lady, you know, you can't be the only one talking, you know? There's people from all walks of life who are subscribers, who are taking time out to listen. And I just found it odd that she does not want anyone, even those who are supporting her, she doesn't want them to give her any advice about anything. She doesn't want them to share anything with her, I guess, unless she asks for it. And, you know, based on the things that she's gone through and the things that she talks about, she had a narcissistic, abusive husband, based on what she said. Those type of things where you want to kind of control how people speak, and again, I could have it misconstrued, but based on what I've seen, and watch enough of her videos to hear her repeat that, you can't have it where, all right, if someone disagrees with you, you're going to block them. You don't like what they have to say. Also, the ones who support you, you don't want them to give you any advice on how to do something. And you don't want them to share and say what they experienced as well when you're saying something. I've literally heard her say that. So to me, it's only when she wants them to share something that she will listen. And I don't know if she realizes that, but that's a form of narcissistic abuse. And I think that's something that she may want to work on, okay? Because that's how narcissists are. A lot of times a narcissist, you have to walk on eggshells around them. You have to listen, agree, be happy with what they have to say. Don't give them any opinions, because they're going to take your opinion is going to bother them, or they don't want your opinion. They just want to be telling you what to do. And the ironic thing about it is that her YouTube channel is based on giving people advice. So how is it that you can be giving people advice and and counsel, but you're not open to anyone having anything to say, like even if it's positive. You can't control people like that. I just think, and she's always threatening to block people. I feel that if you're on YouTube and you have a channel, you can't just be always telling people you're going to block them. If you have good content, it's going to draw a lot of people. It's going to draw supporters to you, and it's also going to draw people who don't like your content. If they're giving an opinion that's opposite, I believe that you should also share that, provided that they're not being rude, petty, and bullying other viewers. So those individuals, you have to keep them at bay because it's just rude. But even your supporters, you're trying to control what your supporters say. You're telling them, oh, I know that you guys, I know some of you guys may want to tell me, oh, this is what I do for this. I don't like people telling me what to do, so don't tell me. Just don't tell me anything. But yet you are talking all the time. So narcissistic abusers do that as well. I don't think she really means it that way, and I don't think she really realizes it. But sometimes when individuals have been around people who have abused them, they get somewhat of this hard outer shell. And even though they may have some good qualities, they're still like in defense mode. So normal feedback or whatever, it's like, why would you not want anyone to tell you anything? Like, why wouldn't you want someone to be able to share their experiences? It's like, if you tell someone something, why are they not allowed to say, oh, that happened to me as well, this is what I did? She doesn't want any of that. And I feel like that is a part of being a narcissist. And I feel like that's maybe something that eventually she'll gradually be able to see it and work through it. But you cannot control your audience. You cannot be where you're the only one that's going to decide how things are going to be. You're going to decide how people can respond and what they can say. And if they don't say whatever, you're going to block them. I mean, some of the things, as I said, she was talking about she's blocking people for, I'm like, guy, they are literally just giving you an opinion about something. So if you want to be a creator, I would say you have to be open to feedback. And when you have supporters, you don't want to have your supporters where they have to do things exactly how you want it done. And they could be listening to you and talking about something, and they're just bursting. It may remind them of something. They really want to share this experience, but they have to remember that you don't like that. So they have to sit there and just listen and be like, okay, it's all good. No, that is very narcissistic. So again, I'm not trying to knock her. That's why I didn't give the name of the channel. I think there's more than enough people that talks about narcissistic or abusive ex-husbands that you won't be able to really figure it out. I won't even confirm it if you did figure it out. But guys, you cannot have a channel if you're hypersensitive. I believe that this person has healed a lot, but that is a spot that is still rough. All right, guys, peace.